Jackie, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. Good morning, everyone. If you'll please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Williams, will you lead us in prayer, please?
Dear Heavenly Father, bless this day that you have granted us. Father, be with us as we do the business of Mills County. Guide us and direct us in all our actions. And dear Heavenly Father, in your Son's name, please bless our country with some rain. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay. Okay, first thing we'll do is review and act on minutes of August 22nd, 2022. What now? Hit what?
The blue.
I don't see it. Which one? Right here?
Yeah.
How's that? Okay.
Nobody has any corrections. I move we approve them as presented.
Got a motion by Commissioner Guerin. Did I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, audience with individuals, Ms. Scott, we have Ms. Patricia Graham to speak today. Ms. Patricia, please come up. Good morning. Needing help?
Thank you for letting me address you today. I just have a concern. I wanted to just bring it up while we think about. But last week we approved the budget and it was an inflated budget because we had money from the windmills. And just practical common sense is for people to realize that hopefully the budget is strong next year, that we as a county will within our means, and that people understand that we need to be. I know things are more expensive for you, just like they are for everybody else. But if I'm just asking that if each department would just consider that this is a rental year, that we might have to live on the rest next year. Hopefully we'll be able to keep our taxes within reason. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, also today we have Sam Goldsmith. Sam, good morning.
Judge, you and I haven't met yet, but we're the IT vendor for Mills County.
Yes.
And so I'm not officially on the agenda, but because we're going to be here today, I just want to get the commissioners an update on the phone system transition that which y'all approved in June and that we've been working on y'all's behalf. We've experienced a couple of challenges with that along the way with Frontier transition with phone lines. Once they realized that they were going to lose everything, they started putting roadblocks up. But we have been able to circumvent those and move forward with the project. The go live for the phone system transition is scheduled for tomorrow. So when you walk through the building, and this is just related to the courthouse, this is nothing to do with the law enforcement center at this point. But when you walk through the building, you'll see the new phone sitting on your user's desk and the old phone. And the new phone will begin working tomorrow. Our team's going to be here this afternoon, as well as all day tomorrow, as well as part of the day Wednesday, just to make sure that training's done, that the users feel comfortable with it. We've been working over the last month with each office, just to make sure that everything's programmed correctly and that they're familiar with what's going to happen. I will say, just for the citizens in the room, this improvement is not only going to improve services to the county and its citizens that it serves, but it's also at a cost savings to the county. I mean, we're moving with new technology that's going to help your users, and it's saving, we save roughly $500 a month. So that's the latest update on it, and I think we should see progress this week. I'm actually making it be live, so to speak.
And you said you'll be in the courthouse hall today?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We'll see. We'll visit later.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, number 4, consider an act on approving accounts payable. Yeah.
I make a motion that we approve the accounts payable.
We have got a motion from Commissioner Williams,
I'll second it.
second from Commissioner Guerin. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, number 5, consider an act on line item budget amendment. That's Jason, I think you're
Yeah, that's precinct 4.
precinct 4.
And it's just cleaning the budget up a little bit, as y'all can see, it's taking everything out of the equipment line item. And moving it over to clean it up. And I've got my page on the second page where I turned it into something. And I guess I did my math correct with that.
Okay. Okay.
That's it. Any questions?
They're gonna need you for the year.
Should. It's giving me a little bit extra in some, but it's gonna make the fuel just right there at it. So that's the only one that concerns me, but that's what we're gonna do, go with.
Okay, and some are no questions. Okay,
And I think y'all are fixing to see a bunch of these
okay,
in the next month.
okay. Well, I'll make a motion to approve the line item budget amendment.
I'll second it.
Second by Commissioner Guerin. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, number 6, consider an act on interlocal agreement with Bell County Indigent Health Services. And Jackie, I think we have don't we have a Miss Jackson on Zoom? Hello, Jackie? Jackie, we've lost you. Hello?
I'm sorry, sir. What can I help with?
Oh, we're on number 6, the interlocal agreement with Bell County Indigent Health Services. We're supposed to have a Zoom, aren't we, with Miss Jackson?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, yes, sir. Let me reach out to her. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll give a little preface on this. This is an agreement. By law, counties are responsible for health care and burial for paupers. So years ago, Mills County contracted with Bell County to help us work on these matters. And the money, my understanding, has been budgeted for these services. So on Zoom today, in a minute, we're gonna have Miss Ebony Jackson of Bell County. Maybe we'll have her.
If y'all would like to go to the next item, I can let you know when I do get a hold of her.
Okay, well, we'll come back to number 6. So we're gonna go to number 7 now. Consider an act on camera recording equipment purchases and related line item budget transfers. Now, this was Clint, this one your, that's gonna be your deal, I believe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is regarding the Sheriff's Department Law Enforcement Center.
Well, I guess most of you have had a chance to look at both of these quotes. Sustainable Security Solutions, now called S3, which is back when the jail was built, they were called Argyle. They separated and went into a different company. And And the Sedaptic is actually out of Waco stuff. And you can see what they got here on the S3 solution, $82,947. But that is to replace cabling, DVRs and all that stuff. We're just,
Is this throughout the whole deal? Or is it
Yes.
just- yeah. Just making sure.
I mean, the cameras are fine, and we're gonna leave those cameras up, but when we built the jail, we were right on the edge of, like most can remember, you know, you waited 2 years before you bought a big VCR, and then the next year they came out with a DVD, so we fell in the old analog data of the camera system that's in the jail. Most things are digital now. The other quote here is for refurbished DVR in used condition. There's 7 of those in the amount of $14,000. This we discussed earlier or previous courts and stuff are 2 interview rooms. The recording system not working at all. We've been taking a body camera in there and doing our stuff. We've had 2 physical altercations inside the jail in the past month. All that wasn't captured. So, you know, we're looking at the safety and the liability. And then recently I had to review some video in central control, but there wasn't any audio. So we had some employee issues. So it's something that's important to keep the wheels turning.
And this is what we budgeted there at the last of this year's budget, correct?
Correct.
Yes. So we're trying to get this ordered so it will be in as soon as that.
Well, I think we budgeted for the 22-23 budget for this stuff, did we not?
I think, yeah, I saw it in there, yeah.
Yeah. And we've got the money now, I think we had it for card.
For the van deal,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I still think that's a little more important.
Yeah.
Than a van, because I mean, getting a confession or you're having physical altercation for policy violations back there in the jail, because the jail is the biggest liability in the entire county. So this stuff needs to be working.
Sheriff Hammond, what's your timeline? When would you like to have this done? The next,
About a month ago.
about a month ago, so as soon as possible. I'm still getting up to speed, of course, and I'd like to visit with you today, tomorrow, whenever your schedule permits, just
Right.
kind of get me up to speed.
Right.
And I was looking at maybe tabling to the next meeting. Would that not be too late?
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'd just like to get up to speed.
And then we'll actually, we'll walk around and I'll show you what we're going through
No,
right now and show you how the system did work.
sure.
It's not new.
Well, I'm all for getting it
But at
fixed up.
least you got, now you'll have some quotes and stuff. There's actually another company that's a reference, it's down out in Houston, but we didn't have time to visit them, so that might be another
Sure,
avenue of
sure,
comparison that we can bring to the court to show everybody.
sure. Well, I'd like to get with you when your time permits, the next few days, and go through all that.
This is to do both of them, right? Both of these sheets, right?
Both sheets.
Yeah, both, because they're 2 different companies. You want to do both of them together, correct?
No,
No,
sir.
So these are 2 separate.
so this
That's a big
is
difference.
gonna bring in rebuilt DVR for $14,000. Basically a Band-Aid. You're gonna get
Yeah, that's a
big.
big, right, yeah.
for whatever warranty, all that kind of stuff.
Now, what's the other company you're holding up there?
This is S3.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Related, we're not having those experts, that something that's been submitted in practice, that we do have.
No,
Or is it just talking about anything?
it's not in the budget. I mean, we don't have it in our
Okay.
packets.
I think
What
it's,
he's saying is, I think it's. What it's saying is that we're going to take it out of different line items to pay for it. I think that's what it means. And that what you got, Sheriff?
yeah, but you're gonna table it, so then.
yeah, I think that's best, just, again, I'm still getting caught up on a few things, so that'd be good. We'll visit, whenever your schedule, like I said, permits today or tomorrow, and of course, I, like you, I think this is very important, get it done as soon as possible.
Okay.
Okay,
We gotta have a.
Yes, let's, I'll make a motion to table this till the next Commissioners Court meeting.
I'll second it.
Got a second from Commissioner Guerin. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Oh, you got another? Yeah, just say that, Clint's gonna step here. We got another deal come up next.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will table this to the next Commissioners Court meeting. Okay, and we'll come back later to the Bell County Indigent Healthcare, Jackie. Okay, well, how about since Sheriff Hammond's here, we'll go ahead and take care of this number 8. So number 8 is consider an act on grant application for ballistic shields. Sheriff Hammond.
All right, this is, unfortunately, we knew it was coming, but, in light of the Uvalde shooting down there at the school, the governor's office released funds for ballistic shields for squad cars. It's basically, you're gonna get it, you just gotta apply for it, so we've submitted the application. I think we actually did 2, we had one with Judge Smith and one with Judge Johnson, because we didn't know who was gonna be sitting there when they time to sign it, and I don't know which one that's been signed.
I saw something on my desk, so I'm still looking at that too.
The one. You got tagged. But basically, it's just something that has to be approved by the court, and
Okay,
I've already forgotten what the amount was.
and this is also for the schools too, correct?
Well, it can be, but I had already started a fund over at the bank. So we have enough funds up there now to place those orders. So.
So this will be just for y'all, and that will be for the school district.
Right, I want to do that at school, because that's something we originally started, and
And this come up.
right, well, who would have known?
Yeah.
No, and I didn't want to wait.
Sure. And so this is the grant application. You told me earlier, you and the Deputy Green do all the grants.
Right.
And I think those ballistic shields were 1,800 each. Is that right?
Yeah, so, well, we got 2 bigger ones, and then we got the first responder shields that go in the front of the car, and I think they're like $400 a piece.
Sure. And this would be what you could, of course, carry in the patrol cars or whatnot.
Correct.
And how many total were there roughly?
There were 9 pro unit
Okay,
deployments, and then 2 of the big shields.
sure.
Yeah, the grant doesn't say how much it'll be. I guess it's just an open-ended grant from the government. It doesn't say.
Oh,
It
it's
doesn't-
a deal.
No,
Yeah,
from the government.
For 30, you probably we got 30.
No, that's what I did.
Yeah.
That's the way I kind of read it on, and then that's what it was.
We're gonna get what we need, and it's all.
Sure. Okay, any other questions?
I make a motion to approve of the grant application for the ballistic shields from the sheriff's department.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Williams. Second by Commissioner Parton. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you, Sheriff Hammond. Number 6, I think we're ready to go back to it. Consider an act on interlocal agreement with the Bell County Indigent Health Services. And on Zoom, we're supposed to have Miss Ebony Jackson of Bell County. Can you hear me?
Hello,
Good morning,
hello,
Ms.
Commissioners
Jackson.
Court,
Yeah,
Honorable Judge Jet Johnson. How's everyone today?
everybody's good. Glad you're here. You're going to give us a little update on the agreement that we have with you. So I'll turn it over to you, Ms. Jackson.
Yes, sir. So, and I want to just explain a little bit of the history. I've been with Bell County Indigent Healthcare for a little over 20 years, so that kind of tells my age. We've been working and collaborating as a partner with Mills County, administering the program since I've been around. And so we are thankful to continue to have that partnership. And so usually what we do here is we talk about the budget and how we were advocates as far as spending Mills County tax dollars. So the Bell County Indigent Healthcare Program, we provide basic healthcare services. And so those services, and I will have to send you some information, but those basic healthcare services it covers anything from immunizations. It covers anything that's medically necessary. Nothing like plastic surgery or anything. And the eligibility criteria, anyone who applies for it that's within the community is they would need to be a resident of Mills County. We look at the household criteria, and that means that if there's a husband and wife, we're looking at their assets, resources, and any type of information that fits into the criteria, even if they're budgeting income. And so just to explain that to you, I wanted to share my screen so I can go over some of the forms that I sent to Miss Jackie.
We have
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am, we
unable
have
to
it.
share my screen. So we'll just go through the forms. First, I would like to look at the source, the dashboard report.
And what page were you on, Miss Jackson?
Well, at the top of the form, it's called the dashboard
Okay.
report.
I think that's page 3.
Oh,
Dashboard
okay.
report.
Okay, because I'm not sure how Jackie set it up on her
Yeah, it
end.
says dashboard report. That's the one we're on. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, and so as you know, according to Chapter 61, it is the county's responsibility to provide health care, jail health. And so most of the money that is being spent for Mills County is to cover jail. I believe 2 of your community residents applied for indigent health care. And so we actually have, let's see, 46 people so far that applied for Mills County, and only 2 of those were community health. All the rest were jail. And so if you look at the dashboard, you'll see that Mills County paid a little over approximately $4,500 in prescriptions. Your outpatient hospital was $3,800. You had for dental is $1,900. For ER, you paid about $1,800 approximately. Your prescription drugs, about $1,500. And of course, with the physician services and the Medicaid rate, advanced practice nurse, lab, and counseling, you spent about $15,689.59. So most of your money is going towards jail prescriptions. So you'll know that. And actually, if you look at the now, it's broken up into 2 sections, and the reason why is because you have your prescriptions that's given to the patients in the hospital, and then you have your prescriptions that are given to the actual inmates in jail. And so that's why that's broke down, because I like to be able to show you what you're paying as far as inpatient, hospital, or physicians within your community that serve in the community, and then what you're paying for jail prescriptions within the jail. So that's why that number is split up. So you're paying about $6,000 for prescriptions, and that's where most of your money is going. This report, I ran it up until August the 11th. Some of the information is up until 8/15. It just depends on what information was available. You can also go down and look to see how many clients were actually entered in the system. We processed 205 invoices, and the worksheets is where we put all of the information, and it's kind of condensed on one form, and you can see the name, the case notes, and basically the case notes is we are looking back at that criteria of residency, household resources, and income. We do look at that in the jail as well. If someone has money on their books, if it's over 2,000, which we don't get that a lot, that is something that we look at. And it's not common. So let me just say that. One moment, I lost my place really quickly. Okay, excuse me. Okay, and so we only voided one invoice. Usually that happens where if we made an error on our side where we paid more than the Medicaid rate, or if Mills County is they're overbilled. And sometimes we may get a provider where they're not using the Medicaid rate. And so our bill payment department, we usually deal with a little correspondence and we get that bill. It's reviewed and it's rebilled back to us. And so as far as with the active clients, right now we have one pending application. We've only denied one person this fiscal year. And as I said, most of your applications or the people that you're paying money on is your jail indigent, which the county is responsible to do that. And we've taken off 8 people this fiscal year who are no longer eligible. They may have been released. They may have been transferred to TDCJ, who knows? And then you have, you have 3 people that are on the Indigent Healthcare Program who they're from the community. And so that's what the dashboard report is about. Does anyone have any questions about that?
Any questions, commissioners?
The only question I have is, here, when we visited before, there was a bill with Hendricks Medical Center in Brownwood that, because they weren't in y'all's system, did that get straightened out?
Yes, sir. Actually, Brownwood has always been a provider of ours, but there was another corporation that took over the hospital. And because that there was a new tax ID number, we had to get the information as far as them signing that provider agreement with the new tax ID. Right now, we have worked very hard. We have case notes where we have strived to reach out to Brownwood Hospital, and we have been having a very hard time striving to get to talk to the people who we need to speak to. What I wanted to do is make a trip to Brownwood so that I can speak to someone face to face, and we're still pending on that. And so, like I said, we've been dealing with Brownwood Hospital for years. When the new corporation took over, and they billed Mills County more than the basic Medicaid rate. I mean, that bill was really, really high. And so we really need to do a face-to-face conversation. We really don't know. We've been sent to this person and that person. So we're still working on it.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Well, I'll make a motion. That we
You gotta go to this form on the back side.
on which side?
Toward the back of your packet.
Very back.
Well, there's a lot of blank. Your last page shows what we did last year, optional health services. You want to talk about that, Ms. Jackson?
I didn't hear you. My apologies.
Good to hear you.
So the form that we've got to check and all these optional services, would you talk about that right quick?
Yes, sir. I will absolutely do that. So with the optional services, if you go down that form, now I want to explain some of these optional services are absolutely needed because with, like, let's say, for instance, advanced practice nurse and physician services, you want to have that on your optional service because sometimes they go in and serve the patient because the doctor can't get to them, and it's a lower rate. And so if you have an advanced practitioner nurse or physician service that comes in and they give them a shot, or, they're checking their vitals and going over their vitals with them, that leaves room for the doctor to go into other patient rooms who are more critical. And then when you're dealing with the APN or the PA, you're paying a lower rate. And so I would recommend to definitely approve that. I can't say that, ambulatory surgical center. I don't think you guys have that in your area. Counseling services, that could be case by case. In Bell County, we check no usually, and we do it case by case. It doesn't mean that the person can't get the assistance, but what it does mean is it's not going to be provided across the board, because usually when you say yes to certain services, then when our providers kind of find out about that, it's kind of like a smokescreen for them. The way that I'm going to explain how Bell County do it with Judge Blackburn here in Bell County, he usually checks yes, and he usually checks no down the list. However, when there's something that comes up, the providers reach out to us. And then what we do is we ask for a letter from them to verify what's going on with the customer or the patient and why. And then if it's medically necessary and it's something that will really affect their health, we will go ahead and approve it. And it keeps them from billing the county such very high prices, so that we can still be good stewards as far as the health of the inmate or the community resident and the funding of the taxpayer dollar.
Okay. Any other questions?
And I think that's what we did last year. I think we just continued on all of them. Do you know what we did last year, or did we accept the number one?
Let me go to my form here. Let me get my folder. And I don't need that until you can give that to me.
Commissioner Williams, you're looking at this form, correct?
Yes. So that, yes.
So that's,
May I?
Bill Schuman, so that's not-
That's Bill Schuman. I don't know him.
Yeah, he's a commissioner, but he's the president of the call.
Okay.
He's sitting on the board president. And
I would need to send that form to you. I believe that you guys check yes to a couple of them. And let me just say, when you're dealing with inmates and their medical health, it is the responsibility of the county to ensure that they're up to par, so that there's no legalities that follow that. I will send a copy of last year's optional service form so that you can see what Judge Smith checked, and you can reflect off of that. We're going to monitor it, and we're going to hawkeye everything that comes to our department.
Okay, and it's my understanding, Mr. Jackson, every year this has to be signed every year, this agreement?
Yes, sir. That is something that we have to submit to the state every year. We also send in a end of year report, which that's usually sent after the 2 weeks after the end of the fiscal year, which is coming up in a couple of days. But we run a end of year report. That's something that I send to you. And also, we also run the activity client report so that you will know how many customers we served. Each customer that we served, according to the agreement, Mills County reimburses Bell County for administering the program for $200 per person. For FY22, Mills County paid Bell County $9,200. There were 46 unduplicated customers that we processed for the Indigent Healthcare Program. FY21, it was 40, and that cost Mills County $8,000, and FY20 was $9,600. And I can send those numbers to you.
Okay. So Commissioner Williams, when you get that form looked at first?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need to see that form before you take any action, correct? Or can we still
Yes,
go?
you could definitely see the form, or we, like I said, with Bell County, we check no, and then we get a letter of necessity from the provider of the physician. And that's because Bell County is a really big county. And so we like to monitor it a little closely. When we don't have the yes, for Bell County, we have to do a little more work, and that needs to be done for Bell County because we have hundreds of providers here. But for Mills County, you know, if you check yes to specific ones, you know, we're able to process the bills a little faster. But either way, we're going to advocate the way we need to ensure that those dollars are spent accurately.
Okay, so Commissioner Williams, you're suggesting we table till we check her thing?
Well, yeah, either that or see if Jackie can bring it up to us and we go on with the court. The only one that concerns me is that the advanced practice nurse. Sometimes we don't have a doctor necessarily in the county, and we have to see a nurse practitioner a lot of times. I know from me personally, if I go to the doctor, so that might speed up the process if that number one was checked.
Yes,
Mills
absolutely.
County, sure.
Mhm.
Other than that, I want to say last year we checked no on everything or discontinued like they did in Bell County, but I'm trying to look it up and I'm not finding it, so.
And my apologies for not having the form. I'm gonna look in my,
9/27/21, I'm going that down, so. but I
I'm
don't know.
looking at my information right now. I'm gonna see if I can find it really quickly. My apologies. Oh my goodness. Let's see here.
Probably go ahead and approve it, but you're gonna have to sign this.
Okay.
and get it in.
So we can go ahead and approve then, okay? Okay, okay. Okay, well, I'll make a motion to approve the interlocal agreement with Bell County Indigent Health Services.
I'll be happy to second that.
Got a second from Commissioner Guerin. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Miss Jackson, if you're ever in Mills County, come by and see me, okay?
I'm gonna plan with Jackie to come and meet you face to face. I think I definitely need to do that. And so we can have a one-on-one on the indigent healthcare program.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming and visiting with us via Zoom. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Thank you, Judge and Commissioners. Thank you, Jackie.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, number 9, moving on. Consider an act to apply write-in filing fees to clerk's election expense account. And that's going to be a County Clerk. Scott, you going to speak to us about that?
We've done this before a few weeks ago. We had another file at the very end of the filing period, and there was cash and $750. And it is up to the court to determine where that money goes. The last time we did this a few weeks ago, we put it towards election expense.
Okay,
Did we do that for all the time or just individuals want to do it individually?
That's up to y'all. You get to decide how the money goes. So do you want, we didn't say for all time, last time this came through the court. We had one instance where it happened, you determined where you wanted the money. If that's where you want it to go forever, we'll note it in the minutes and that's what we'll fall back on. If you just want to address them individually, we can do that as well.
I mean, it doesn't.
I think we all do it.
Right, this is just for the write-in candidates.
yes.
Not for regular filing.
Right.
Okay,
I don't see why we don't.
I mean, individually, I mean, how often does this happen?
Well, I've been here for 2 years and it's happened twice. It is all on this race. We have
Well,
not
that's
had a
what I'm
write-in.
any more discussion?
I think we ought to do it continuously. That way you don't have to bring it back up every time.
Okay,
I'll move that we do that.
got a motion to do that? You got a second from anybody? Second from Commissioner Wright. All those in favor, say aye. Any opposed? 2. I'm for it. 3-2.
Okay, who were the 2 again?
2 against for Commissioner Parton and Commissioner Williams.
Okay.
Okay. Number 10, consider an act on new EMS station. Guy Burns is going to give us an update and report. Good morning, Guy.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. As it stands right now, I received, first of all, I received changes in the proposal, in the original proposal, that I was instructed to add, instead of wood studs, metal studs for fire and safety reasons, and also termites, things like that. That was Judge Smith's recommendation. Also adding overhead door openers on all 6 of the doors. And adding floor drains in both bays. We're not on there. And to remove the HVAC from the bays, so the only HVAC will be in the living quarters. There's no need to have air conditioning out there in the garage. And we removed, there was 2 200-amp service panels. One just for the communications room, and then one for the rest of the building. And we decided one 200-amp service is going to be more than enough. Even if you decide to add communications room later, you can put a couple of dedicated circuits over there out of that panel. They'll take care of that. So that's going to save a lot of cost on that. So the original proposal was $798,073.28. It went up $5,758.54. So the total now is $831.82. And I don't know if y'all have a copy of this, but I'll make sure. Okay. I have one question on the transfer switch. I looked it over, being an electrician, so I looked at that stuff. And it's set up for a 4-pole, and we don't need that. It should be just a 2-pole, and I think it's like $18,000 for that. And I think setting it up for we don't need a 4-pole. Anyhow, might be able to save some money on that. There are a couple of issues Judge Smith told me about, Mr. Hale. There was an issue on the architect with tips that you were looking into.
Yeah, I was, I told him I was looking into it, and I will.
Okay.
That means I have not.
Well, before this contract can be signed, that's one of the things that has to be taken care of. As far as the building itself, it's already been designed. The architect from Mueller's is signed off on.
Sure.
So that covers the building. I don't know, that part of it's over my head. I don't know.
I'll add a few more comments. Judge Smith has stated to me that a fencing contractor had also been hired, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's what I was just gonna mention.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I was hoping Clint to stick around. He contacted us Friday in the midst of y'all's interesting situation Friday, and he wanted to move in this morning. And I put him off till at least tomorrow. Is there any way? Jay Coker?
Yeah.
You know Jay? And there's a few pieces of cars that we need to pull up a little bit to get that line done.
Where is he from?
I think it's from Pretty.
Pretty, okay,
I think he's spent all the cokers over Pretty. but,
okay.
I don't know.
He's got my number, just tell him to call, and we're not gonna meet to see which vehicle.
And us as commissioners, we can bring our service trucks if we need to air up tires or jump a car off. We can bring up service equipment so we can help you out on that aspect. So if you'll call one of us or we'll come up there to help do that, and instead of having a service, somebody on that aspect.
Sure.
So Jay's ready to go. I mean, I put him off today. I said,
Sure.
So.
Hopefully he's gonna get rained out.
And yes.
Hope so, yes.
I hope so, too.
Well, we need to move it stuff today.
Well, if we can move it as soon as he's ready. I mean, I don't know what his plan is. He talked to Jed, and then I called Jay and said, whoa, we're gonna have to.
It should have been long to do that.
Oh, no, he's thinking to be in and out in a day or so. But, I mean, maybe a day. But it's just, there's a boat, I think,
Yeah.
that would be on the other side.
Okay.
And I think there's 1 or 2 cars that are, the trunk's like over the line.
He took the pipe up there Friday, I think, for the corner.
I think he was just gonna dump everything out in the pasture, that
Right.
thing, so.
The only other two things, still waiting on the surveyor. The site that we've got it, where everyone decided was okay, basic IDIQ, they've approved it. We're just waiting to get the four corners marked off. You know, that's gonna be, I'll keep you up to speed and all this too. The only other issue, Summer, we need to make the first draw. They need basic IDIQ. Needs to make the first draw of at least $250,000 to, Summer has paperwork. That's past my pay grade too, but so we need to make a draw before October 1st. So
Yeah.
in order to make that draw, this contract's got to be signed.
Okay,
Need to do it by the 26th. Cannot spend over $750,000 in one fiscal year, or that creates a different type of holiday.
and we have to do this next few weeks, the 250,000, correct? Okay, we'll try to get that. Hopefully in the next commissioners court meeting, we get that going. Sheriff Hammond, yes, sir.
I haven't heard where y'all gonna be with that road.
The Justice Lane, is that the one you're talking about? I think that's his name, isn't it? Justice Lane. If the plan was, if we have enough money left over, we're gonna retop it and pave it or something like that, and
When it gets wet,
yes,
you'll
yes.
see an ambulance out there.
That's the original plan that we wanted to do, but we also, what monies we have left over, we'd like to fix the drainage coming off of your south gate. And redo that so that there's another entrance over there, but make that water. So that's what, I don't know what's more important, to fix that drainage or to have a nice clean ambulance, you know, I mean.
Well, the thing about it is that drainage is all of a sudden down here.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm bringing that road up. to- You're gonna have to keep that thing up ground, really on the back. It'll get stuck right here.
And Commissioner Williams, I'll go out with you next day or two, you give me a tour of that. And you mentioned the surveyor, do I need to check in with the surveyor and see what the schedule is on that?
Well, we've contacted him, he just hadn't contacted us
Yeah.
back when he's getting over.
Okay,
I think Commissioner Garen and
okay,
Williams both.
okay.
I don't know that we have to have that survey.
No, we were trying to get him to help us survey it so that, what was it? So it'd be, so the end of the law enforcement building is on the north side
For a
was
study.
level with the new building, so they would be aesthetically straight.
Okay.
He can use GPS and all that to nail it down.
Just to make you right on that.
Yeah, now, well, yeah, and he's making sure we're on our property and.
All that was back on our property.
Yes,
Well, the road, is the road our property?
our property goes all the way down where that meter is. All the way to the railroad track.
Oh, I understand that, but I don't, huh?
Like a month, like a month, we have one off.
The surveyor was here once, wasn't he?
Yes.
Correct.
Any other questions for Mr. Burns? And Sonia, I guess if we're gonna table this, we need to go through the process.
No, it's just. It's just.
Consider an act on new EMS.
It's on number one.
Okay.
It's not done.
Okay, so nothing needs to be done then, or
Okay.
just move on to number 11. Okay, Guy, thanks for coming. Appreciate the report.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Number 11, Commissioners' requests and reports. Commissioner Wright.
We've been collecting on 506, 505, 386, 310, waived and passed. I need to get the approval from the court. Move that portable building into EMS. The court's never given me that yet, so
Okay,
I don't know if I need to put it on the agenda. I have one, yeah.
and again, say that again, Mike, you're moving the portable building from the EMS
To the precinct.
precinct, okay?
I don't think we need that.
I don't think
We need to get it done.
Yeah, you just,
Well,
yeah.
that's what I've been
It
waiting.
needs to be all of there.
When is the deadline on September and what?
Needs to be all before we have the sale.
Right, it's September the 9th.
I'm not sure when the date is, you know, when the sale is, the Wallace Johnson doing the old EMS, I don't know either.
We were gonna move it today. But I waited till the last pay order. That's
Yeah,
what we're gonna
they'd
do.
be good.
That's what we're gonna do then.
And how do you have to move it? Like, well, the 9th? Okay, the sale of that building is September the 9th. And Mike, do you need any special equipment or help to
No,
move
we've
it?
already got it all lined up,
Okay.
jacked up, it's just been waiting.
Okay,
We have a private resolution.
That's right.
That's what
okay.
I've been waiting on, but we're ready to move it, so.
Okay.
No action on it.
And it's going back to your precinct area, correct? For storage, yeah, okay,
Yes.
okay. That it?
Yes, that's all
Okay, Commissioner Gary?
We've been working on equipment, went and got the belly dump off of Dale this morning. We can start retopping some roads.
The light rain was nice, yeah.
Yes, sir. We had quite a bit of rain, got to grade some roads. We're kind of caught up grading.
Okay. Commissioner Pardon?
Got all the trucks wired, so everything should work with each one. Like Jed said, his boys came and got one belly dumps in the newest truck. They can give it to maiden boys if it tears up, it tears. And we graded some roads, Scott Mountain reblasted, so I'm fixing to stop by and make sure they're grinding. We'll finish our project out on 549. Still like about a half a mile or so. That's all I got.
The east line.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Williams.
Last week was at the legislative conference, very informative on that part of it. It seems like most counties are more concerned right now and statutes and stuff with broadband, so they're dealing with that more than we are having to do. Have to give kudos to the co-op here. They've got us pretty much hammered down to fiber optics, so bladed 550, 549, 530, 529, 527, and 508. And shredded some on 550, gonna do some more shredding, and if it lets me this week, we're gonna try to finish up grading a few places. I don't know, they said the traffic was pretty heavy from 529 and 530 this weekend, so I may have to go back out and check those out, so I haven't checked them out, so. That's it.
That's it. Thank you. Number 12, Judge's Report. I first want to thank Judge Smith for helping me with a smooth transition in office. Over the last 4 months, I was with Judge Smith in many meetings and was also included in much of the budget process. So Amy and I want to wish Ed, and I know many others here, and Carol Lee, a happy and healthy retirement. Regarding our commissioners and commissioner meetings, I'm excited, looking forward to working with all of you. We're going to have numerous votes on a variety of issues facing Mills County in the future. Some of our votes will be unanimous. We will have numerous split votes, as we saw earlier. Lots of discussion. I'll be on some winning sides, I'll be on some losing sides. However, this is how county government should work. Even though we may not always agree, I know that all will always respect all 4 of our commissioners. We've taken the oath of office, and I know will always try to represent the citizens of Mills County the best way possible. I will be meeting with all of our elected officials and many of the workers over the next few weeks, seeing what support I can give to all these departments. As I've said many times, we've got a great group of professional men and women working for Mills County. So this concludes my first Commissioner's Court. I'm excited and ready to get to work as county judge. And as always, pray for rain and God bless Mills County. Meeting adjourned. Or Sonia, anything else I forgot?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that. We got a motion from Commissioner Williams, a second from Commissioner